Namaskaram. Good evening, everyone. This is Ian from Guru Yoga, and tonight we are doing, or this evening, we're doing a restorative practice. So get ready on your mat and let's begin. So if you have your block, bolster, even if a strap is handy, or even a pillow, get ready for your practice, and let's start off sitting. So hopefully you had a good day today. And let's just sit upright with the legs crossed, nice and comfortable, either in half lotus, full lotus, or even Sukhasana, which is just easy pose. And remember to go at your own pace. Don't feel that you need to get into every posture. And please enjoy yourself, enjoy your own company, and be present. Experience your practice, your life. So let's start by sitting comfortably with the spine erect. Pull the shoulder blades back, and then feel the back of the neck lengthening with the palms facing up. This evening, I want you to take your thumb to your index finger, chin or nana mudra, right? The hand gesture of knowledge, but also it represents the unity between your individual consciousness as well as the universal consciousness. So as we close the eyes to shut, just curl the end of your lips up. And a slight tuck of the tailbone, mula bandha, just feel the breath drawing upwards. The energy as you feel the lungs, through the nose, filling that breath to its fullest capacity before letting that breath slowly drift back out across the chest, across the throat, across the nostrils, and then back out again through the nostrils before coming back in. Start to infuse your breath between one inhale and the next exhale. Allow that breath to softly transition from this external consciousness or world into your inner self, as that breath is your gateway, that bridge that connects us, that connects you between the inner and outer self. So as we start to restore, rejuvenate, and even replenish ourselves at the end of this day, which will help carry us to the following day and the following week, we want to focus primarily on rest. There are times where we need to exert ourselves based on the energy that's required, but then also what's required is this resting, right? This tamasic type of energy, which relates to the moon. So when we rest, we contemplate, we observe, and it's about this inner awareness and self-inquiry that we start to meditate with. So continue to keep the eyes shut and continue to lengthen the breath and continue to slow down. And it's about slowing the thoughts down as well, slowing the emotions down, and even the physical body will start to slow down along with the heart rates, the nervous system will start to calm, and you begin to see with a little bit more clarity, not with the eyes, but more of this third eye, your ajna, inward self, understanding yourself a little bit better when things begin to calm down, and as the breath continues to deepen, I want you to relax the shoulders, completely settle the shoulders back towards the floor, expanding through the rib cage, for the front of the body, the back of the body. And whether this breath is just a simple pranayama, inhaling through the nose, and then exhaling through the nose. It doesn't have to be an ujjayi breath this evening. If you'd like to, you can, closing off 2/3 of the back of your throat. You'll feel this rumble, this reverb, which promotes this sound, but it promotes heat within the body and a sense of calm, of concentration. So if you need to go there to focus a little bit better, go for it. But otherwise, just have a simple breath, a kind breath, and a content one. So start to take the breaths a little bit deeper, a little bit slower, and even the exhale is going to start to extend. So as your breath count on your next inhalation becomes about 6 to 8 seconds, I want you to take your exhales a little bit longer, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 14 or 16 seconds. So really allowing yourself to just settle, just to calm down, and become an observer rather than a reactor. So I want you to find a response to that breath, a response towards calmness, serenity, even tranquility, both in the mind and even in the body. So allow yourself to just sit upright, chest nice and high, And just breathe. Slight lift of the chin. With the eyes closed, you're looking up in between the eyebrows. And now the palms are going to face down. And begin to take the breaths a little bit more seriously. Right? Not over seriously. You still have to have some joy. This will hopefully bring this single point of concentration, which will transition into meditation and then eventually into a higher conscious state. Right? I want you to be conscious of every breath, every movement within your practice, every transition that's happening within the pose. Right? Not missing anything or thinking about something else other than what's happening at that present time. So take another inhale. Let that breath slowly drift off. And I want you to take your right hand now, whether it's to the floor or a block. And I want you to take your left arm nice and high. You're going to start to bend that right elbow. It's a gentle side bend, right? Really stretching across. If you can bring your elbow to the block or to the floor, I want you to do that. You can look up or down. I want you to extend that arm, really stretch from the fingertips of your left hand all the way down towards the left hip. Deep breath in, reaching, and then coming back to center on the exhale. You switch sides. You can take the block on the opposite side, left hand on the floor or a block. Right arm begins to float over your head, breathing in, and then starting to lower on that left side as you exhale. And as you continue to stretch, observe the right hip pressing towards the floor. Take one more inhale. And release, coming back to center on the breath out. Alright, so if you have your right foot as I did on top, we're going to switch. So roll out the ankles if you need to. Take the left foot on top, or just cross the legs if you're in half lotus or full lotus. Whatever you need to do, you go into it. And then again, the chest is upright, the shoulders relax, and the eyes are closed, palms facing down onto the knees. Feel the lungs again. And a long, dedicated exhale. And as you release, we're going to take the soles of feet. We're going to have them to touch, knees wide by the Konasana. We're going to get the palms, face them down into the knees. Elbows are going to go wide, right? I want you to turn to the left. So turn the chin towards the left shoulder and then start to feel the spine lengthening over the front edge of your mat. Well, for me in this case it's the side edge. Not overly pressing down into the hands, but letting gravity of the arms apply that pressure. Continue to send the spine forward over the feet. Inhaling. And then emptying. Slowly bring the chin towards the floor. Back of the neck lengthening. Breathe in. Continue to stretch forward and then exhale. Ensuring that you're pulling the shoulders away from the ears. You're starting to take the knees a little bit wider, a little bit lower. So not only are we stretching the spine forward, but the insides of your hips, the inner thighs. Even the shoulder blades are beginning to widen. Breathing in, and then turning the head to the right as you exhale. Continue to send the crown forward. Continue to lower and continue to breathe. One more full breath in. Chin back towards the floor, exhale. And then slowly come up to standing. Sorry, sitting. You can stand if you want, but I'll still be sitting down. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a different stance. So, different seat. You can sit on your block. I've chosen to use the bolster this evening. So we're here. And I want you to slowly just bend the knees. Alright? In this position, soles of feet onto the floor, chest comes forward, take a breath in, and the arms are going to start to stretch over the front edge of your mat, or towards the front edge. And the back of the neck lengthening. You're going to feel that space through the mid to upper back as you continue to lengthen. Breathing in. And the chest softening closer to the floor as you exhale. So it's more of a bow, right? You're really surrendering yourself closer to the ground, but at the same time, you're lengthening the spine forward, over, towards the knees, towards the ankles, and then towards the feet. If you find that you're starting to get a little bit lower, letting the head hang, you can rest your forehead on a block at any height. You can use a pillow, any prop that you have accessible to you, use it. Feel the lungs. And then slowly release, come back up on the exhale. Chest up nice and high. We're going to do a little bit of a twist. You're going to take the top of your foot to the ground. You can sit on that block if you need to. Want to come forward. Hands nice and high on the right hand side. Take a breath in. You're going to come forward. You're going to reach, right? As far as you can on that right arm. So the right shoulder now on the inside of the right knee. Take a breath in. If you want to take your right elbow to a block, take it down. And as that right shoulder is on the inside of the knee, you're going to take your left arm to the sky. Start to open up. Begin to twist. Right, rotating up. Take a breath in. And then that right arm is going to stay there. Left arm is going to go behind your back. So as the spine shoots forward, slowly inhale. And you're going to twist, opening up the chest on the exhale. This is an option. Your next option, if you like, is you're going to bind. You're going to take your right arm, hook, and interlace your fingers with your left hand. From here you can stay if you need to adjust. Again, you have a block. You can place that block for the forehead and then start to lower. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Continuing to breathe from one inhale to long and extended exhale. Remember, the key is to relax. Relax through every breath. Relax through every posture. then slowly draw one more breath in. And then release, coming back up. Exhale. We're going to twist to the opposite side now. So with the right knee still bent towards the sky, right hand behind you on the floor or your prop, left arm up, take a breath in. We're going to twist left elbow or hand on the outside of the right leg. So as we come up to here, we're going to slowly start to turn, opening up the chest, over the right shoulder. Feel the spine lifting on the inhale and then turning on the exhale. Draw one more breath in, rotating on the exhale. Good, and then come back to center. We're going to switch sides. I'll face the opposite side this time. I'm going to go here. So you're going to reach up on the inhale and then come forward, exhaling. The forearm could land on a block or on the ground. Start off here. Next option is that right arm goes high, inhaling, and then binding on the breath out. So pulling that right shoulder away, continue to lengthen, right? Sink yourself forward. And remember to breathe. The key is the breath. You soften the breath, you soften the mind a little bit to calm down, and then the body will follow. Twisting off to the right. Take one more inhale. If you like, you're going to take a bind. From here, hooking that left arm. Even if it's a half bind, you can just place the hands on the floor. If a bind is not there, if you want to use a strap or a towel, go for it. Otherwise, take the full bind option, interlacing your fingers on the outside of your left hip, and then start to soften towards the floor, observing the stretch that you're getting on the inside of your left thigh. Draw one more full breath in. And a long, relaxing exhale. And then gently come back up. So now we're going to take opposite side, right? Left arm behind, right hand goes high. Breathe in. You're going to hook right elbow or hand across the leg. Left arm behind you, and then get this twist. So it's a lift on the inhale, and then rotating, looking over the left shoulder as you breathe out. Use your left arm as a stake. Try not to push it all the way back, but allow the spine to stay upright. So you're pressing it against your back body for a little bit more support. And then begin to twist by opening up the chest and then leading the stretch with the right shoulder. Another inhale. Turn and keep breathing out. And then slowly release. Coming back to center, just a little bit of a twist to the right side. Take a breath in. And then back to center on the exhale. Alright, since we're here, we're now in Virasana, our hero posture. So I want you to sit upright with the shoulder blades back. You could sit on the end of a block. Or we're in this position here, chest up nice and high. Alright. Take a breath in. And move the block forward. And I want you to slowly start to bring the chest over the thighs. So we're in this position. If you want to put the block down, put the block down. Arms go back with the palms facing up. You can also turn the head, which is a great option, just to release any tension that you have in the neck, and then start to breathe right across while completely relaxing and settling into the floor. If you find you need assistance with your hands, you can place the hands here. Continuing to breathe, still pulling the shoulders away from the face. Another inhale. And then start to turn the head to the opposite side as you breathe out. Go for one more inhale. And release. Come back to center on the breath out. So now we're going to come back to the sitting position. Come back to butterfly, right? Baddha Konasana. We're here. So I want you to press into that left knee, or the inside left knee. Right arm is going to ground you. You can take it as far away as you can from that right hip. And I want you to just press into that left knee. Alright, so try to push the knee away, which will allow the hip to start to release a little bit better. Really getting that extension from the spine to go to the right. Inhaling. And then emptying. Deep breath in. And slowly take both arms on the exhale across, right? So from this position, you may feel on the outside of the left ankle, maybe the outside of the shin, and definitely on the inner thigh. Maybe not so much with you not having your hand pressing down, but I want you to lengthen right across. Another inhale. And then coming back up, we switch sides on the breath out. So left hand extends, right hand press on the inside of the right knee. Really extend through that right side. And then lean to the left. Really extend, right? Get that spine to go in one direction as your right arm goes in the opposite direction. Fill the lungs again. And then slowly come back up to sitting on the exhale. So now check the hips. They should be somewhat a little bit more relaxed, maybe looser, chest up nice and high. Beautiful. Bring the soles of the feet back to this position here. And then we're going to go into a little bit of a leg stretch. So what I want you to do is we're going to take a little bit of a lunge position, right? Whether you want to take the bolster across the thigh like this to elevate it, you can do so. Ideally, this is probably a really good idea to have that across your knees, not touching the ground, or have a pillow there. And at the moment, I want you to just bring your left elbow to your left thigh, all right? And then begin to stretch in this crescent lunge type of posture. It could be lizard depending on where the hand positioning is. But at the moment, I want you to keep the hips square, keep the shoulders square. You can use your block to assist here. And I want you to just breathe. Feel like the hips are just starting to come forward as you exhale. And you're going to start to notice that lowering of the hips, maybe a lengthening of this quad on the right hand side. And even the shoulders are going to start to pull away from the neck. Really feel the exhale, drawing the hip back down towards the floor. Not by force, but by complete relaxation. Another big inhale. And as you slowly release, just going to breathe back. And then coming forward again. All right, this time if you want to place your knee on a block or the bolster, you're going to do so. You're going to start to pull, right, that heel nice and close. So whether the heel is right against your back body, you can hook your elbow into this and then coming forward. And then start to bring the hips forward as well. Getting a real good stretch through that right side, even through the quad. Breathing in. And then out. As a secondary stretch, we're getting the chest and the shoulder, possibly the bicep, to also release. Which ultimately takes pressure away from the back of the neck and the shoulders and the top of the back. Another deep inhale. And then release. We're going to come forward on the breath out. So really take the leg back. And start to extend the arms. Whether the elbows are bent onto a block like this, still having the thigh supported onto a pillow is ideal. And pointing the toes away. Breathing in. And then out. To intensify this, if you find that you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can bring your right arm back to the floor. Left arm goes high on an inhale and you're going to bind, right? Pull that shoulder blade back. You can also extend the arm if you want to go into this position. Maybe supporting the shoulder and the lat with the block. Maintaining this twist. Breathing in and then out. Draw one more inhale. Go low on the breath out. That's my alarm. No, it's actually the action cam's battery run out. Let's switch sides, yes, shall we? Alright, as we take this stance again, you're going to take your hands or forearm to the right leg, left hand support onto a block. Ensure the kneecap is on some sort of support. And then we're going to start to bring the chest forward, closing the eyes, feeling the hips come forward, and also feeling that hip lowering on the left hand side. Remember to breathe, to relax, breathe to settle. Go beyond the fear of tightness or suffering, whatever it is that you think you may be getting if you exhale completely. But you won't know until you actually try, and you want to just let that breath transition you into relaxation. So whether this hip is easier or more challenging, treat it the same, right? With the same purpose of just letting the exhales extract, pull out whatever tension or stress has been stored in that area, held. And then take one more inhale. Slowly release, come back up, leaning back on the breath out. And then coming back onto the bolster, or the block, or the pillow. You're going to take the foot, pull it up. You can hook it around the elbow crease, or just hold it with your hand. And I want you to just lengthen, right? Continue to take the spine up as the hips drive forward. Continue to take your right hand to the knee. If you want to go a little bit lower, we're here. You can use it in front. And just get the chest to widen on that left hand side. As you continue to sink a little bit deeper, breathing in and then out. One more inhale. And then release, lengthen that leg, and then slowly come down onto the thigh, one of the elbows on the ground. Start here, point the toes away in the left foot, bring the chest closer to the floor. This is your lizard pose, Vastasana. You can stay in this position, otherwise right arm high, breathe in, and then taking a bind as you exhale. Rotating that right shoulder away from the face, looking down if you need to. Again, if that left side needs to be stretched out, so you can use the block to assist. Possibly getting a little bit lower, depending on the range that you have. Remember, every breath in this practice
is an opportunity to meditate, is an opportunity to release, and also an opportunity to heal. Just allow yourself to just breathe. And you'll slowly start to work your way to a different path. Not one out of fear, but more of curiosity and of focus. And of clarity, eventually. Go for one more inhale. And then release, hands back onto the floor to get you back up on the breath out. And then releasing, coming back to a sitting position. Yeah. Oh, how did that feel? Okay. Chest up nice and high. Pull the shoulder blades back now. Feeling a little bit better, a little bit looser, a little bit more relaxed. As we release some energy here in this position. And then with the palms facing up, I want you to draw the eyes shut. Connect your thumb to your index finger again. Nana Mudra. We're going to practice a type of pranayama. It's going to help you with your sleep and your relaxation. It's Brahmanadi, so it's your happy humming bee. Alright, so at the end of an om, that or the sound that the bees make, that little buzz, I want you to do that. We can take our index finger, place it on this piece that sticks out of your ear. Here you can have your elbows water nice and close like this. And I want you to inhale. As you begin the exhale, I want you to promote this buzz. Right? You can take that exhalation as long as you want. You'll notice as you focus on that vibration, that reverb, it's going to start to resonate within you. And at the same time, your breath will actually start to lengthen. So remember, you're going to come from the diaphragm, right? So the exhalation is going to be from here. So for those of you seeing, you understand what I'm saying. You're actually exhaling from this position rather than thoracically through the chest. And the breath will actually extend. It'll be a little bit longer. So let's go. Take an inhale. That was one. If you can do another one, if you can find one in between. Otherwise, let's go again. Inhale. Breathing in. Inhale. Breathing in. One more. Inhale. hands back to the knees, palms facing down. Deep inhale. And a long breath out. So just contemplate, observe yourself now. Right? There should be a little bit more calmness happening within yourself. The eyes relaxed, the shoulders relaxed, and the breathing still continuing to transition between one inhale and the next exhale. So here with the eyes shut, take one more breath here. And then just let it go. Alright. So now we're going to find ourselves on our back. So you can use your bolster. You're going to place it underneath the hamstrings to start off with. Right. From here, and we're just going to place the soles of the feet again to touch. Knees go wide, right? So we're here. Try to bring the heels as close as you can towards your tailbone. You need to pull the feet in like that. Don't use a strap. Go for it. And I just want you to relax the hips. Start to take awareness of your breathing and how that breath is actually going to relax the muscles in your hip sockets or hip complex. So the exhales are going to slowly stretch them out. Feel the knees softening towards the floor. So whether you have your hands here or palms facing up, it's up to you. Really feel that grounding, right? That concentration on grounding your body into the floor, into the mat as you exhale. This will also help ground your thoughts and your emotions so that all you're focusing on is purely just your inhale and exhale, knowing that what it's doing is, again, healing you, relaxing you, calming you, promoting within you. Take one more breath in. And releasing on the exhale. Bring the knees back. Center. And now we're just going to place the legs up to the sky. You can use your block or your bolster. Heels up. One of the best detoxifying postures right here, right? The anti-aging pose. Your half shoulder stand position. This inversion will start to cleanse you. Not just energetically, but also physically. This pose can be done every single night. You can either stay on the bolster. If you'd like, you can put your legs up against the wall. And also in the morning, it's pretty good, but ideally you want to do it in the evening. It brings balance. If you've been on your feet or sitting all day, you want that circulation to flow. That circulation, not necessarily blood, but more so your prana, right? The energy that's within you. You want it to be fluid, circulating, unblocked. And when your energy is unblocked, you begin to live, and you tend to live in a more peaceful state of being, right? Again, it comes back to whether you're going to react compulsively or respond consciously. Draw another breath in. And then slowly releasing, bringing the feet one down at a time as you exhale. You can remove the block. With the bolster, I'm going to take my feet and then take the feet wide, knees
touching. So you can put your feet completely on the floor, or in this case I have mine on the bolster to give you a little bit more support. And then just taking the knees, getting to touch and then draw down. So we tend to go like this way too much in many cases without reciprocating or rebalancing by doing this position, right? The opposite. This yoga is generally a posture or a pose followed by a counter pose. So it's about karma, right? Action. You do one action and then experience another action. And then breathe in again, one more time. And then slowly release, knees to chest, exhale. Take a little bit of a twist, both knees now to the left side, right? Arms open on the right, you can look over the right side. Bring the knees nice and close towards the chest. That block out of the way. You twist to strengthen the spine, relax the muscles that support the spine, as well as cleanse and purify through the organs. And then other side, switch. Both knees nice and close to the chest. You're twisting through your mid upper back, the left arm goes wide. You can look in that direction, breathing in, and then out. And then slowly coming back to center. We'll come into Ananda Balasana, which is blissful baby. So grab the inner arches of each foot, take the knees up nice and wide. You're going to start to rock gently from side to side. Connecting the spine into the floor, right? A gentle rock here, knees wide. Take a breath in. And then slowly take the legs together. If you want to take them to this position, or if you want to go to plow, halasana, over the head. So the feet could be on or off the floor. You can have your hands back or forward, whatever you like. Just to stretch up through the shoulders, the back of the neck, a little bit through the back. Deep breath in. Bring the knees to bend. Come back down one vertebra at a time. Exhale. And the knees to chest. We're going to rock and roll. So we come back up into sitting. Finish off. You can go into Shavasana, but this evening we're going to just have a little bit of a seat. We're going to sit with the legs crossed, palms facing up, relaxed in the shoulders, and the spine upright. And then now just come back to that breath, right? The entire body from the base of the spine all through the crown of the head should be in a beautiful state, in a relaxed state, right? It's here we transform within the practice of yoga rather than just trying to do these little changes, right? As changes come back to reverting to subconscious habits or behaviors, whereas if you transform similar to a butterfly, you'll never go back. You're just now beginning to expand your awareness, your consciousness, bringing to a constant state of bliss where you liberate yourself from suffering, right? It's the whole thing, is to bring you away from your internal suffering. So the eyes are shut, slightly lifted the chin. And continue to enjoy your own company.
take your hands now to your heart space in prayer, we're going to seal this practice off with an Om. Collectively, inhale. Hands to the forehead, Ajna, third eye with slight dip of the chin. Om Gan Ganapataya Namaha. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me on this restorative practice tonight. So hopefully you sleep well. You can do this anytime really, but evening is this what this class is. And be sure to check into the other videos. Please comment below and have some suggestions on what you want to see through Guru or me teaching workshops and things like that. And I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. And again, have a good night. Namaste.